happening here from CAF, but also most importantly, it's about East Africa and the preparations to host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. It's going to be happening today and tomorrow, and we'll be getting the details of that in just a minute because a guest will be joining us on set. So that's why we are not in studio today, for that main reason when it does come to PAMOJA 2027. Thank you so much for joining us on NTV Sport Today. My name is Gistin. There is so much that we'll be speaking about away from what's happening here. We'll be speaking about match day 24 of the Uganda Premier League and everything else that is happening in this wonderful world of sport. Welcome to the show. Let's do it. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for NTV Sport Today. Like I did say earlier on, we're coming to you live from the Mestil Hotel here in Kampala, where there is a crucial two-day workshop regarding CAF and the East Africa's readiness for the Africa Cup of Nations 2027. But we have a guest on set to help us break it all down. Rogers Byamukama, you have so many cups. Just before we went on there, I was speaking about how you have a new title of Honorable. Are you used to it yet?
Not quite. I am still the Rogers Byamukama that you knew, and here in the capacity of LOC member and chair of commercial marketing.
Yes. Good to have you, Rogers. Let's speak about what's happening here. Take us through what this workshop is about and what you aim to achieve with it.
First of all, it's always a pleasure to be here on NTV. Today, we're having what we call PAMOJA 27 kickoff meeting for the three East African PAMOJA countries, that is Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, together with the CAF leadership, and we are here basically to review how CHAN panned out, and whatever we did well in CHAN, that we should be maintaining in AFCON, and whatever was the gap in CHAN, that is an area that requires improvement in AFCON. And most importantly, as everybody would know, AFCON is a different ball game. We might have excelled in CHAN, and probably we are rated as probably the best CHAN ever competition in the history of CHAN and CAF. But AFCON is a different ball game, probably maybe, I don't know, 10 times bigger. And we plan as Uganda and Kenya and Tanzania to again live up to the expectation of the best hosts. And that is why we are here together with the CAF hierarchy to ensure that we plan out very well. We are going to be talking about preparedness, infrastructure, hospitality, immigration, visa requirements, volunteers, hotels, media. Please talk about media. You remember it was one of the issues at Hoima City Stadium that needed improvement. We want our media from all over the world to have a very good environment, not just in terms of where they sit, but also where they work, to file stories, to give the best image of Uganda and Kenya and Tanzania. So media is a very important aspect of any sporting event, especially at this level, because you are the guys that bring out the competition to the world. So we want also to ensure that the likes of you have a very good environment to work. So basically here is, like I've said, it's a kickoff meeting, and we expect also to have harmonization between the three LOCs, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, to have to gel very well and deliver a seamless event.
And now that you speak about the harmonization of the three LOCs, that has been one of my biggest worries, considering I know about the Ugandan LOC, I've heard about the Kenyan and Tanzanian LOC. So having them here looks like a step towards that, which according to Samson Adamo's own words, is very, very important. But I know you know a little bit more about what Kenya has done, what Tanzania has done, even when you know what more that Uganda has done. We did have an address from Dr. Mjimba, the breakdown of the figures. How far do you think we are, or how close are we when it does come to organizing this monster that you just spoke about?
First of all, it's not a secret that Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania are doing this for the very first time. And in the past, we've had chances to host, especially in Kenya, and the opportunities were taken away because of lack of preparedness.
Yes.
Now, that is behind our backs very clearly, and we don't want the same to happen.
Yeah.
But also, on the side of CAF, this is the very first time a competition is being hosted by 3 countries. So it is a different terrain, a new terrain for them. Not just for them, but also for us.
Yes.
But we are happy to learn from the big experience that CAF has had organizing these events all over the world, or rather all over the country. And we are going to give our best. That's why we have the best resources from government, from private sector, from the federations, to ensure that we bring it up. Of course, it is a challenge to have, 3 countries harmonized in one to deliver one event. It is a challenge, but once we get it at local level, then at the PAMOJA level it should be very easy. And I hope that after the end of tomorrow, we'll have a seamless arrangement of the summit log for the 3 East African countries, even though not operational, but at least to have a field, real time of what is happening in Tanzania, in Uganda, and Kenya, because what happens in Tanzania does affect the organization of the event. What happens here, the same thing. That's why, for instance, here as Uganda, we've said although we are required to deliver 2 stadiums, we are delivering 3. So that should there be any problem anywhere else, that should not affect the overall hosting capability of PAMOJA. We'll have reserved. Tanzania is doing the same, and Kenya is doing the same. So we hope and hope that after here we'll have a very seamless working relationship across the 3 borders, such that we deliver. And this will not be the last of this meeting. This is just the kickoff of the meeting. There will be several other meetings, joint meetings, maybe, I don't know, monthly, quarterly, but after tomorrow, we'll be able to know what is the sequence of these coordination meetings, what is the nature, how are they going to be held, what issues are they going to be looking at. So all that is going to come through. I think it's a great opportunity for the naysayers across the East African spectrum to see things happening, coordination happening, these meetings between CAF and the host countries happening. We should be able to answer a few of those naysayers' worries that maybe the thing is not coming. I can assure you, AFCON is here. It is going to come. Whatever challenge that we will have, we will address them. We have the 3 governments backing the LOCs, and the commitment is to deliver AFCON. Even for CAF to come here, and Samson Adam did it very well, it is not to fault find. It is to ensure that they help us navigate the challenge that we have to be able to be at par with the requirements as and when the competition kicks off. Okay,
that's very important. And, the fact that the workshop is, happening here in Kampala, the kickoff. But you did hint on a couple of wins from Chan and some of the things that didn't go right. From where you sit, I know many wins. I know some things that didn't go right. But from where you sit, what are some of the things that happened in a way that you think we must do better when it comes to AFCON?
Of course, all this planning is aimed at giving the fan the best experience. We could play the games, behind closed doors, but it's the fan who actually should be at the top of our planning. And as you remember, we had instances of problems around ticketing availability and finding. We hope that this time around we'll sort out that issue of ticketing so that the fans can have a good experience to buy and access the ticket, but also access the stadium. We had issues around hospitality. Again, this is part of the experience. When the fans come to the stadium, they want to access water for dehydration. They want to access something to bite. Remember, the gates open very early. So we had a little bit of challenges in there. Again, we look forward to making that experience very seamless for the fan. We had also issues around, especially on the big games, around access to the stadium, especially on traffic from Kampala and the surrounding environments. Again, that's another area that we intend to be working on. But we also had very positives that happened. For instance, our pitch was rated the best pitch in the entire, PAMOJA spectrum. That we intend to maintain, because then you have, good flowing football. You have a good experience on TV for those that will be watching outside of the stadium. We also had a very good experience on our medical preparedness that we intend to have. So should there be any eventuality, our teams are able to handle with the best tools of trade available. We had top range, you remember. So again, there are many things that happen. Transport, that will be another area that I think we did very well, but we need to improve to give the best. But also, outside of the football actors, there is so much more outside of the football actors in terms of our fine dining restaurants, in terms of our nightlife, in terms of our
nightlife is very
our hotels. It's very, very important, but we want to take it a notch higher. And soon you'll be seeing a bit of trainings here and there to ensure that when the visitors come, we make sure that they leave the last penny here, save for the transport fare to the airport. That's what Ugandans are known for in terms of hospitality, entertainment, and nightlife. And we'll deliver that. We want to deliver where we have competitive advantage. The world should be able to experience that, so that we can also interest some of the fans that come here to come back as tourists, or even to go and tell a good story for the other people to come and visit our beautiful country.
Okay, most definitely. And when you speak about Uganda's nightlife, we all know that we clearly have the competitiveness. But Rogers,
and don't forget our food as well.
Oh yes, there's so many things. There's so many things.
The audiences here, we might think that our matoke or our bananas, for us, we're used to the taste. But for people that come from outside, they give a very high rating of our food. So again, our culinary, enthusiasts should be able to bring that to the world and to Africa. And we look forward. Like I said, our objective is to put forward what we have competitive advantage on, and that this local organizing committee is together with the Ministry of Tourism and UTB is up delivering what Uganda can offer best, and would wish in the pie for Uganda to receive the highest number of visitors compared to our neighbors.
Yeah, it's no brainer. It's no brainer. All right, thank you, Rogers. We definitely will be having you many more times, considering that there is so much to speak about when it does come to organizing these tournaments, and so much more happening in the world of football. So, Honorable, allow me to call you that one more time.
Thank you for inviting me, and like you said, ever ready to come here and share with the country and indeed the world. Thank you very much.
All right, always a pleasure. All right, guys, we're in for a very short break. When we do return, we'll be speaking about a bit of Uganda Premier League action from yesterday and what's coming up today, and then we'll delve into the English Premier League. We had some action yesterday, so it's much more coming up.